But it looks like we are off. Now, at this point in the normal logic, there is only one item in Super Metroid that we can get right now, and that is at the Vanilla Morph Ball location. We will see if one runner of our teams decides to go down there before going into A Link to the Past. Now, there are 4 locations in between the two games that allow you to transition in between. The first one being right here in the Criteria shaft. We have Maniacal and Apathy going into A Link to the Past, while Cutie and Solsky are going to check Vanilla Morph Ball. Our first check is on the Lake Hylia Island. It is the 10 bombs.
Well, Uncle's bombs got on the island, so.
And we got Spring Ball in the Sanctuary and Speed Booster in Link's house. Ladies and gentlemen, we can already go fast in Super Metroid.
Well, that's awfully nice of them. 20 rupees on the Vanilla Morph Ball spot.
And both of our runners remaining in Super Metroid will go and check the other item in Retro Bin they can take a look at. Nigel is trying to farm up some bombs while Apathy Duck goes into the Lost Woods. Just a missile pack in the in Retro Bin high jump room.
And a hard reset brings them back to their ship, which will bring them straight a lot closer to the portal to.
Yes, and we just had a bow in the Lost Woods, as well as our first map check. We have a green pendant at Desert, red crystal at Hera, and regular crystal at Eastern.
I'm glad you saw that, because I definitely took me a second. Now I get it.
Yeah, I missed what was on the race game, but I don't think it was anything in particular.
Well, if he's not going back for it, probably not.
Pack of super missiles in the Thieves' hideout and a sword upgrade on the library.
Boots may be required for this, who knows? That could be your first sword ever.
Yeah, we shall see, but now everybody is probably going to be giving us our first look at Kakariko, and yep, a real cutie going straight to Link's house picking up that speed booster. Just a blue rupee in the back of the tavern.
The Solsky's heading down to Uncle. This is a real cutie. A lot of bit of love. Actually, that looked like it was the sign card in the Uncle.
Ooh,
A blue bottle, nice. Uncle's got a green rupee. That's kind of great.
Nothing of particular note except a power bomb pack so far in the back of Blind's hideout. Now, the power bomb pack is going to be pretty important.
There's a fire rod in the well along with the moon pearl, so the 2 items that were on Shack Tool last week will not be on it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. But yeah, definitely a good-looking Kakariko so far with Fire Rod and Moon Pearl. And it appears that Maniacal is electing to farm some additional cash for the bottle vendor. Because we have not exactly been given generous rupee drops yet.
No, he's trying to get everything done in one fell swoop. Can't say I blame him.
Yeah, especially with that bottle, we can get an early sick kid check.
Which we're getting on Apathy Duck's side right now. And I missed it anyway because I wasn't looking.
It was an energy tank. We also get super missiles in the dam, as Solsky gives us our look at the Eastern Palace area. He's gonna check out.
Go ahead.
He's gonna check out Sahasrala's closet. No need for the green pendant since it's already in the light world. We get a pack of supers, a little bit of love, and a lot of bit of love for the future, I guess.
I mean, you can't say no to that.
No, logically, you do need 3 energy tanks to beat the Super Metroid.
Seems like E-tanks are far more important than heart containers.
Oh yes, dying in Super Metroid sucks.
And on the race game is just a pack of supers that we missed, so no big deal.
And Solsky is heading into Eastern Palace. Not sure if he picked up the bow in the Lost Woods. I also blinked and missed what was in the chicken hut.
I don't believe he did go to the Lost Woods. I didn't see the chicken hut.
Okay, I looked on my stream playback. It was a missile pack.
Early ammo is helpful.
So yeah, right now, eyes are on Solsky, as he's given us our first new checks of the run going through Eastern Palace. The first chest was the big key, so the big chest is not lamp-locked. Now, this is version 29 of the A Link to the Past logic, so that means the fire rod does not count yet as a valid light source for some dark rooms, but we get a shovel in the Eastern Palace compass chest.
Do you want a fetch quest? The cutie's farming up bombs in the little bombable hut in Light Village.
And it looks like Maniacal is going into the Lost Woods, and that's gonna be good for that'll be good for Maniacal. That'll net him his bow, and is probably going to make Solsky rage grab at a chest.
Maybe. Or automatically save and quit, you know.
He might do so after checking the big chest.
Knowing Solsky, he's probably going to do the dark room.
Yeah, it looks like it. Now, even with the fire rod, only the path to Armos would have been in logic with the fire rod if we were in V31. This area is explicitly lamp locked.
We got Apathy diving into the escape. There was a map in the second chest. I didn't see the first.
I actually missed the first chest as well. We're getting a tree pull from Maniacal. Tier 1, it's just hearts. Oh, and it looks like Apathy is outfitted with blue mail and got a big 20 from the big 20 from Zelda's cell.
And I would be willing to bet that blue mail was in the first chest of the escape. Oh, chat's confirming that already. I should have read that before I said.
And very graciously, it is just a pack of missiles on the Lumberjack ledge, so AGA 1 not required for the Lumberjack item. Solsky, a little low on hearts, elects to use bomb strats to clear the room out.
I mean, it's one way to do it.
There was a 5 bomb upgrade in the back of Blind's hide. I don't think we caught that initially. And that is the map, so I believe that means there is an item on the Armos Knights, which we could get to, though not in logic without the lamp.
I believe you are correct.
I think our runner's next port of call would be to head to the South Shore. Start checking things there. To answer a question from Miss Metroid, our setup, our master tech crew, yes, Fire Rod was in the Kakariko well as the Moon Pearl.
I don't believe we've seen the Moldorm cave yet, and that's usually my favorite cave in the Light World, right next to Paradox, so those two usually have some kind of treasure trove.
Yeah, and that looks like that's exactly where Maniacal is going, while Solsky has dug up a heart piece from the shovel spot.
While there's a lull and everybody checking out new stuff, we're going to shout out our trackers. We just got our second one in. Revolving Ocelot's here now, but our first one is Lori D. Bunnykins. Thank you guys for pressing the buttons and keeping us all appraised of the things we miss. Coming up in Mini Moldorm case, we have missiles, more missiles, money, the best meringue, and bombs.
That's not the best Mini Moldorm cave I've seen in a while, that's for sure.
That's pretty trash, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually legit garbage, except for maybe checking the stun prize with the boomerang, but that's about it. And that's a pretty big maybe.
Yeah. I mean, a really big maybe. So chat wants to see Ghost Ship, so I mean, we go maybe. Oh no, I think we need a morph ball before we can go there.
We need a lot of things before we can get to Wreck Ship. To put Wreck Ship in logic, we need to get across the moat. We need either speed booster, gravity suit. We need a few various items can get us in. A few items
Grapple
can.
too, right?
The grapple will work, but that's unfortunately not going to help us that much. It does look like Maniacal has hard reset and is going to be taking that speed booster into Super Metroid. Now, speed booster is a way you can get to Wreck Ship. If you shine spark across the moat.
Fair enough.
And for those who are not aware, speed booster was in it was somewhere
House,
super
I
early.
believe.
Link's house.
Link's house or Sanctuary, one of those two.
It was in Link's house.
Our tracker is pointing out that Sanctuary had the spring ball.
Yeah, certainly a nice feature to have later on down the road until we get morph ball bombs, but for now we can't use that without a morph ball. And that is going to be the major thing our runners are looking for at this point. Solsky managed to dig up an 8 bomb drop from the with the shovel. Might be digging for gold. Or I'm sorry, we don't have gold in this game. Rupees.
It's the same thing. You can convert it to rupees, right?
Well, to be fair, we actually do have gold, but it's 300. 300 rupees. And what do we have here at the Speed Booster Bridge? It starts with a missile pack underneath, followed by just a triplicate of bombs.
Oh,
Ooh.
the flippers are in the early supers room, I believe.
Yeah, that puts 4 checks into logic. Zora, the Zora Ledge, and the Waterfall Fairy. And actually a 5th check with the Bridge Man.
And we got Apathy going for Armos.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Eastern Palace is a crystal. You might as well get this out of the way now.
Especially with the early bow.
Pink Brinstar checks coming up here. We've got us starting off with a pack of missiles. And Apathy having some very nice execution there on the Armos Knights fight is rewarded with the 3rd Eastern Palace item, and that is an E-Tank. A lot of E-Tanks, unique E-Tanks so far this seed. I believe we've seen 3 or 4 already.
And that's also our first blood in the first crystal draw.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get through that until we get Speed Booster. There we go. Or we activate our Speed Booster, I should say. We have it, just need to activate it. There we go. Alright. A real cutie is now going back into Super Metroid, as Apathy looks to be checking... looks to be actually going to buy some bombs. Solsky, meanwhile, is going to give us a look at the Desert Ledge and Agina's Cave.
There looked like an ice beam on the desert ledge.
It was definitely a beam upgrade. I do believe it was ice. I will check my playback momentarily to confirm.
That'll be nice to have later on down the road.
Yeah, more importantly, it'll allow you to save your power bombs for from Torian.
It's always nice to freeze a Metroid.
And if our runners choose to do so, they'll also be able to ice clip.
And in Agina's cave, we have another E-Tank.
Oh my.
A very healthy seed for Super Metroid so far.
Absolutely.
Still no idea where that morph ball could.
At this point, we are running out of locations where progression could be. It's very likely at this point that the flippers are going to be our next port of call. The flippers checks are going to be our next port of call.
I'd be willing to bet. Yeah. And we don't have anywhere close to Zora money, so it's going to be a double dip up.
Nope. As in, nope, we are going to have to double dip.
Unless Waterfall Fairy has 600 rupees, which is possible.
Oh, the man under the bridge can give us a hand with this as well. We best take note of all of our someone friendlies.
And the first chest in escape was blue mail, so I'm glad I caught it on the second time.
Bridge guy only giving us a hard piece this time around.
He just wants us to be healthy.
Yeah, the lack of Morph Ball really restricting our Super Metroid access at this point. It would appear that Solsky has actually stolen the key, the small key, and is going to the Dark Cross. This makes a lot of sense since Maniacal already checked. Actually, Maniacal didn't already check Escape because he doesn't have green mail.
Interesting decision to make. And in the Waterfall Fairy, we got a Nope tank and an E-tank, so...
Man, no tanks today.
Oh no, no kidding.
And it looks like our stun prize is just a green rupee.
So
Ew.
that red meringue is even more worthless now.
Yep.
And the blue meringue is in the Dark Cross, so both of our boomerangs are...
Well, at least we got our boomerangs, but unfortunately, we're still desperately looking for progression.
And these checks with the back of escape are going to be out of logic till we find a glove or a...
I think it's going to be until we find a glove because we haven't found the small key, which means it is guaranteed to be in the back of escape. You know something? The waterfall ledge was nothing particularly special. I think our progression is on Zora.
I think that's about the only option we have left. Back of escape is trash too.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Solsky's now gonna death warp to get back to the front.
Does Mice will ever kill him?
Yeah, on blue mail, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, they take off an eighth of a heart per hit.
Something along that line. Hey, at least he doesn't have red mail.
Yeah, I would have just saved and quit at that point.
Or used a bomb, because bombs always deal 100 damage regardless.
Yeah, I don't know if you want him to whip or waste.
Yeah, and the problem with the early flippers is that, as Chad points out, we can no longer use the conventional Houlihan glitch near Lake Hylia. Which would normally, the way that works is you effectively displace your coordinates a bit and then fall down a pit. The game loses track of the correct spot to put you and puts you in effectively a backup room that was designed to help prevent the game from going nuts. And that room has 225 free rupees.
I believe the only other way I know how to set it up is to open up the back of escape grave and bomb yourself.
Yes, that is an alternative method as well, which they can still do when they get the gloves.
But I have a feeling that they're not going to need to do it at that.
Now, it would appear that Maniacal and a Real Cutie are both farming rupees right now for Zora, so this is going to take a while.
I think Apathy is getting ready to join, or he's just doing the check back there, either or.
I think he's doing the check because I think this was a 5-bomb upgrade, which you're not going to say no to that this early. Oh no, he's farming
Why
money.
not?
You know what? I think they're all starting to get the hint that Zora is the play. And they're figuring, all right, we might as well farm up the cash now.
It would appear so, and 30 rupees every trip is going to take quite some time.
Yeah, this is certainly not something I've seen have to happen in a long time.
You're talking 16, 17 trips to the back just to get enough rupees. I mean, that's going to take a while. We might as well kick our feet up and relax for a bit.
Alternatively, we could take a minute to plug the SG Live event happening in just over 10 days from today. Speed Gaming is hosting the Speed Gaming Live event in October 24th through 27th in Washington, D.C. We have some tournaments coming up that have prize pools for our victors. And of course, a few other randomizers will be showcased there as well. So we hope to see you folks there if you are looking for some more Speed Gaming action on that particular week.
I definitely look forward to it. And Solsky looks like he managed to do a Houlihan skip, but still is through 200 rupees short.
Yeah, 210 short is still a little too many. It's a lot too many.
And at this current pace, Maniacal is going to be the first one to get it, so I have a feeling he'll get it, save and quit, then go to his house and swim up that way. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a good player at this game.
Yeah, that's the fastest way down at this point without boots or any boots or flute. Ooh, Solsky is actually going to play the money-making game. So he's gambling on the chests here because I believe the jackpot prize is 300 rupees. Unfortunately, he's had two zonks in a row.
Yeah, that's a huge loss right there. Oh,
Oh no! 320s on the right.
0 for 3.
Oh, that is no good.
And he's gonna need them rupees, so he's gonna have to go back and farm again. I mean, that's what I would do.
I don't think any of the treat pulls had like big 20s as their rupee drops. I know tier 1 was only hearts. I can't imagine Solsky's going to want to farm for tiers 2 and 3.
I mean, digging's gonna take a while, so I don't know. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, Solsky didn't save, so he saved and quit after Houlihan, but he didn't save after he hard reset here, so this is going to bring him back into Super Metroid, but this will allow him to preserve his rupees.
That's a big step in the right direction, at least.
Solsky, meanwhile, has headed back into Super Metroid. Looks like he's probably going to go grab those flippers now.
I gotta say, I'd probably rather would have seen a Shack Tool play at this point. You know, this is gonna take.
We can't get to Shack Tool, unfortunately, at this point. Ice clips are not possible suitless, so even if we could ice clip, we can't get in that way. And we can't even use Morph Ball to Crystal Flash, so yeah, as much as I know a lot of folks would like to see Shack Tool have something big at this point, it is highly unlikely. Or at the very least, we can't see it yet.
Alright, we got one more trip down for Maniacal, finally.
Now, if Zora's a scam today, I'm going to be legitimately shocked.
At this point, yeah, I don't know where else we're gonna. Question in chat: you don't have the morph ball to be able to use your power bomb, so we cannot get a direct ship yet.
Yeah, we've already checked all the pink Brinstar checks we could make without morph ball.
Solsky's going back for more punishment. Oh, you hit the jackpot.
And that was first try too, so that's actually going to put him to Zora money right at the same time of Maniacal. Close to. He'll dig up the rest.
He's still not going to beat his partner there. And Team Manialski with the first check of Zora will give us probably our progression.
I think this has to be our progression at this point. And yep, Solsky has their 500 and is heading straight to Zora, and a real cutie will actually not be too far behind.
And the Zora ledge had just a heart container, so they're probably not going to go.
Now, the king of all scams. What does he have for us today?
I think it has to be something useful. Yeah, look at that.
There you go, the morph ball on King Zora. That is by no means a scam today.
Well, it's just a scam to try to get that much money.
Yeah, I mean, how many rupees did we get from chests total? Wasn't it only like 50 maybe?
Oh, I'd say at the most 50, if not less.
Because there wasn't even a 50 rupee drop anywhere in any of the chests. But with that morph ball, we can now complete our Brinstar checks and wrecked ship.
Which is where we're probably going to head. Nope, right into the ship, I guess. Gonna check the criteria power bombs first. Thank you to one of our trackers, Revolving Ocelot, for clipping our not so glorious.
Oh boy, that's definitely going to be one thing to ask the runners about later. I think Maniacal tried to aim his blue suit towards the door, but did not get it.
It would appear you would be correct.
Maniacal appears to be setting up for a Shine Spark run through to get through the front of Gauntlet.
It's always a nice thing to see. That's why I calm and track these races, because I can't play it for.
Ooh, Apathy's got to be a little bit careful with his health there, but gets through Mini Moldorm Cave.
Maniacal trying to get his short charge to get through the gauntlet. And there we go.
And it's just a heart container at the moat. Meanwhile, Maniacal just cruises through the front of Gauntlet like so. The Bomb Torizo just giving us 10 sticks, but the front of Gauntlet giving us the Bombos Medallion.
Worth, maybe?
Could be. Could be our entrance into Mire or Total Rock. We do still have 2 pendants in the Light World.
Could also be our only access to Ice Pack.
We have the Fire Rod, to be fair.
You would be right. I forgot about that already. I need to drink more caffeine.
Alright, Solsky's next stop is Omega Missiles, and the back of Gauntlet will give us a big 20 and the hammer. We are just a glove away from Dark World access.
You're asking for a lot at this point.
Yeah, given how hard it was to get the morph ball. We have been seeing some better rupee drops. There was a 100 rupee in the bottom Under the Sea.
Now all 4 of our runners have the morph ball.
To answer question, Chad, I do believe back of Gauntlet is in logic because we also have Speed Booster, which allowed us to get through the front of Gauntlet without burning any power bombs.
A real cutie taking on everybody's favorite ghost elephant, Phantoon.
Yes, now does have a reserve tank backing him up for this one. So 2 E-tanks plus a reserve. Still not the best circumstances, but you got to do what you got to do.
It's not the kind of risk I'd like to take.
Actually, Real Cutie does have to keep an eye on his health right now because that is he's down to just under an E-tank. Now we finally get to see what's in the back of.
Nice.
Yeah, Screw Attack is always nice to have.
And Phantoon's down. He's an excellent two.
Very nice execution by a Real Cutie. And with Speed Booster, we will actually be able to check the entirety of Wrecked Ship.
I personally would save before going into the spiky room of death because, well, it's the spike.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if Real Cutie does. To answer question, chat, Screw Attack was in the back of the Speed Booster bridge, behind early super missiles. Ooh, and the Edacoon's pit, the pit before Edacoon's has the Pegasus boots.
Now we can go fast in both games.
Yes, we can. The speed run has officially begun. And we found Brian's cane in the back right of Wrecked Ship. That also does put, as Chad points out, that does put the sword from the library into logic.
Edacoon's hiding a piece of heart.
And I missed what a Real Cutie just picked up. I'll check my playback for that.
A normal seed, when everybody's doing their own thing, usually there's at least some synchronicity. But here, everybody's going to separate ways because they know if there's nothing there, they can tell their partner and save time. So it's even more cross-eyed.
Oh, yes. And underneath Mother Brain, we get the lamp, which puts the rest of Eastern Palace back into logic. It also... Actually, that's about all we can do with that lamp right now, because we do not have a glove or the flute for Death Mountain.
We find a second sword, it puts everybody's favorite wizard into logic, too. But I believe
yes,
we
it
also
does.
have the cape already, do we not?
We have the Cane of Burna. Real Cutie found that in Wrecked Ship. I don't recall seeing the cape.
That could have been something I watched earlier. I don't know.
We are having a good look at Retro Brinstar now. There was just a Super Missiles at Mission Impossible. And Spiky Room of Death just had some sticks. So some more spikes.
Solski's going to check waterway.
Yes, now this check is in logic even without Gravity Suit because you can get, there is just enough room to get a charge off of the ledge above the doorway.
It's one of the few tricks I actually know how to do.
We get some power bombs on the far right of Retro Bryn.
And just some missiles on the waterway. Maniacal's going up to the Billy Mays room.
Alright, and for a simple Shine Spark up to the top, you get 3 bombs. But wait, there's more. Order now and you can get a little bit of love for free.
It's about as natural as the normal Billy Mays.
All for the regular price of 500 rupees.
Another E-tank inside of Rex.
Yeah.
I think that's over half of them already gotten by
that is
the
definitely more than 7. And there is another energy tank speed booster locked in the wrecked ship reserve.
Maniacal's making his way back to Green Hills to get ether within the green pipe.
That's two medallions.
Not sure if that's the official name or not, but that's what it looks like. So
Now we call it Green Hill Zone. Looks like it's just another nope tank in Wave Beam. So again, more energy. Although Solsky elected not to pick it up. Maniacal, meanwhile, is going to climb up Red Tower.
and we got Solsky going to check the Spore Spawn missiles. Getting the Spore Spawn skipped very easily, like most of the professional runners.
Now, in the outside wrecked ship, there was a super missile pack underground. I did not see missiles in the sky.
The charge beam is at Spore Spawn Super Missile.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. That effectively eliminates the need for ammunition for our bosses, and is logically required to beat Super Metroid.
It's one of my favorite items.
Both Alpha and Beta power bombs not having anything particularly interesting this time around. To answer question, chat, Attic. Oh no, that was Wreck Ship Reserve. Attic was another E-tank.
I don't think he checked what's up top outside.
He might not have. He might have gone straight underground. Or straight towards the reserve. Some more missiles from Red Tower. And chat confirms that it was 20 rupees in missiles in the sky.
We got a green potion behind the bowling Chozo.
Having another bit of a progression hiccup going on here. We did get the hammer, but unfortunately, until we get Dark World access, that really doesn't open up a lot.
We can't get any further into the mountain without a mirror. Can't get in the desert without a book. Yeah, so we need to find something to get us into the Dark World or into one of those two areas, otherwise we're going to be stuck.
Yeah, so Wreck Ship, besides from possibly that... oh no, the Ether Medallion was in Green Brinstar, never mind.
Yeah, so trash in Wreck Ship.
Yeah, that's pretty uncommon, honestly. Now, we can actually still get to Death Mountain via the Norfair Business Center, but we're not going to be able to do much in there, unfortunately, besides check Spectacle Rock, pretty much. That's about it.
And illogically rescue the old man.
Actually, we can rescue the old man in logic. We do have the lamp. Since it is under Mother Brain.
Yeah, I forgot. It's not on the tracker, so I didn't know. It's because the tracker doesn't have it. Not that the trackers are failing. It just doesn't have that icon to save space for all the stuff we gotta keep.
The sacrifices that must be made. Ooh, Maniacal ended up thrashing Samus's head onto the wall. Onto the ceiling, rather. That's more like it.
You think that would hurt a little bit?
Nah, Chozo armor really actually does have some great cushioning. I mean, it does have those amazing shoulder pads.
I mean, you can hit a wall going at Mach 2 and you don't get hurt at all, but you can die to a Gamer, which is just a little spiky ball.
Or you can slam into a wall after an electrical charge and lose all your power. Oh wait, wrong game. But anyway, Apathy Duck unfortunately had to purchase the Kraid DLC in order to finish Kraid off.
Had to take him to the prom.
All for another energy tank. This is ridiculous.
I mean, as a bonus, there's not going to be too many of them left to get.
Nope, although Real Cutie's cutting it really close there.
No, he's wishing he had more right now.
Now, to be fair, reserves are loaded, so does have a bit of a backup.
And he's
Ooh,
not really in a spot where it's going to be too dangerous for him, right?
not really. But there is another sword in Kraid's lair.
Ah, that would be putting Aghanim into logic with the second sword on the library list.
Yeah, we do have access to 2 swords. How about that?
So first we gotta farm for an obnoxious amount of rupees, and then we gotta go kill Aga to get to the Dark World.
Possibly,
This could be this could.
if we have to go to the Dark World to get our gloves. And we'll see if Apathy is thinking that same thing and heading straight to Aga 1. Because thanks to a real cutie full clearing wrecked ship, he knows he doesn't have to do anything besides kill Phantoon down there.
One of the best things about co-op, you don't have to do all the work your partner does.
Now,
Usually.
when we do get Dark World access, eventually, there is actually quite a lot we could do. With the hammer and bow, we can full clear Palace of Darkness. With the hammer, we can full clear Thieves Town. With the fire rod, we can full clear Skull Woods.
That's not including any of the overworld checks that we can do.
Right.
Plus,
Now with-
getting the boots, you can do bonk rocks. If we get the mirror, we can do the graveyard ledge and King's Teeth.
Yeah, so there will be quite a lot open to us once we do get our Dark World access. The question's ultimately going to be, where is that glove, or do we have to kill Aga 1? Which, to be fair, can be answered by the question, where is that glove?
Willing to bet it's going to be an Aga play.
At this point, considering we've already pretty much cleared out Kraid, if the gloves aren't in Bonk Rocks, yeah, then Aga 1 is going to have to be the play.
Another nice Phantoon.
Yeah, Solsky is giving us our look at the high jump area.
I believe that this was checked earlier, maybe, and there was nothing. But I could be talking about a stream I watched earlier too, so I don't know. It's hard to say. Nope. Hey, look, there's the glove. So this is not.
Ooh, that is what you call an Aga 1 bailout.
Yes, that is a
I'm
much
sorry.
needed.
Yeah, a business center bailout right there.
That just saved them from an Aga seed.
Yeah, now Solsky is going to take those gloves and go straight to A Link to the Past. Because, yeah, with that, we can now full clear 3 Dark World dungeons already. On top of Spectacle Rock, we have just some more missiles.
And inside, we have supers.
Apathy's actually took a quick look at the Crumple Tower real quick to reveal that it was a heart container down there. And Solsky's next stop is going to be to rescue the old man. Again, perfectly in logic, courtesy of the lamp. But Solsky doesn't have the lamp, that's not going to stop him. Ooh, Chad makes a good point. We can actually check Spike Cave as well with our Cane of Burna.
Does it have enough magic to get through just by itself?
Magic and a few hearts, but we also do have a bottle of green goo from the wrecked ship to provide a boost. And blue goo from the Kakariko.
Fair point.
So yeah, the potential is certainly there.
I think Solsky. Never mind. I was gonna say Solsky's probably going to Dark World, but he's back in Super Metroid.
Yeah, kind of surprised by that.
Maybe he doesn't have the cane yet. I don't know. I don't know who has what at this. Aside from what's being tracked, I lose track really.
Maniacal did just pick up Kane of Burner from Rex ship. Solsky may be thinking, since Maniacal's giving him the intel that Rex ship is no good, to go do it now. Oh, you know what it is? Solsky's picking up his hammer.
Right.
And with Screw Attack, Gauntlet is free.
Very free. The 4 energy tanks doesn't hurt either.
Absolutely. So yeah, Solsky's going to grab that and the Bombos medallion while he's at it. And then most likely after that go straight back into A Link to the Past. And he's most definitely going to save Phantoon for when he's in go mode, since he knows he's eventually going to know through Maniacal's checks that Rex ship is pointless.
It's one of the most disappointing wreck ships I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I had a seed where East and Dark Death Mountain were both duds.
Oof. And that's like 5-6 minutes worth of checks for nothing.
Yeah, that's a huge number of checks. Because you got the 7 in Paradox, the 2 in Super Bunny, Spiral Cave, Spike Cave, Hookshot, Floating Island. Yeah, there's a ton of checks in those 2 regions.
And there he goes, back to Link to the Past. I have a feeling I know where he's going. Right back into Super Metroid, apparently. I guess I was wrong. And
I
then
think
right
that might
back.
have just been either a muscle memory or a controller error.
Or he's just doing it for the memes. I know Solsky likes to do that. I missed what was in Bonk Rocks. I'm sorry. I did not pay attention.
I have my playback on my phone. Nice thing about Twitch phone playback is that you have an extra about 30 seconds to double check.
So Apathy's checking Lumberjack, which is looks like
yeah, it was just missiles, and it was just a big 20 in Bonk Rocks, as Solsky will soon show us.
I believe Missiles in the Sky was also 20 rupees.
Yes, it was. So now the question is, where is our progression going to be from here? Now, of the 3 dungeons we can full clear now, I am going to say... I'm going to be the odd man out here, and I'm going to say Skull Woods. You can full clear it, it's a crystal. You can route in Thieves Town Village of Outcasts while you're at it. But before so, Solsky is going to go grab the Master Sword.
I believe the Shaft Supers for a real cutie were just 10 arrows. But I could be wrong about the room name. I mean,
I'm double checking that on the playback for you right now, because admittedly I blinked and I missed it. We do get our Dark World map check. Our pendants are in Pod and Turtle Rock, with Thieves Town being our other 5/6 crystal.
Well, that's surely not.
So remember when I said earlier about Skull Woods being the next play? Yeah, forget I said that. Pendant Pod's always the next play after that.
Yeah, and Solsky's got his Master Sword. Treasure chest game and Village of Outcasts giving a 300 rupees. We could have used that earlier.
Yeah, thanks, game. Usually I only say that when we get joke hints, but I guess I finally get to say it in the combo randomizer seed.
Big key is the first chest in Thieves.
Yeah, that is guaranteed to be within the first 4 chests. We'll see what the rest of the front of Thieves Town has for us.
A burrito.
Ooh boy, 2 dungeon items straight in the front. That's not looking too good.
Could be the new Mullet Mansion.
Maybe. Now, we're actually not too far away from Pyramid Fairy being in logic. We can already full clear Thieves Town, and we only need the hookshot or the... Never mind!
Speaking of the hookshot...
So yeah, we can now, Pyramid Fairy is now in logic.
Now would you look at it?
And
almost all of Death Mountain is clearable now too.
pretty much, the only thing we can't do is Dark Death Mountain.
Unless
And-
we got French vanilla mitts.
Which we could have. There are 2 items in the back of Thieves Town. The 4th item was a 5 bomb upgrade. 4th chest. Solsky is giving us our Skull Woods look right now. Looks like to be headed straight for the back, pretty much.
Seems to be a more and more common strategy, especially in the V31 logic, because you can get locked in the front.
Yeah, because the pinball room in V31 is now randomized. It's no longer guaranteed a key.
Done that quite a few times already.
That's a compass, so it's possible there might be something in that big chest. Actually, that's all 3 dungeon items, so yeah, there is an item in the big chest.
Could be a key locking itself, no?
Could be a key lock in itself. Yes. If the maiden cell, the only place the key can be now is the maiden cell if it's not locked in the big chest.
And now Solsky's taking on the most balanced and well made boss fight in the entire game.
Yeah, boss that's immune to spikes that are laced around the room. And in Vanilla Link to the Past, immune to the Butter Sword. Because it does the same damage as spikes.
Oh, the things we learn.
But
So Maiden's chest had a super missile, so I believe that means that the chest is going to be locked behind itself.
Yes. As long as the small key is not seen before the maiden cell, then it is guaranteed locked in the big chest.
Because
it can never
blind
be
has our
unblocked.
4th item, correct?
Yes. Now, Solsky did get a heart container off of Mothula, which means that we're still 1 item short in Skull Woods. And Blind's telling us that insects really bug her. So we need to make sure to keep Blind away from the Twilight Princess version of Hyrule.
I was going to say we should bring a bee next time.
Bring a bee or bring Agatha with us. That'll definitely bug her. No pun intended.
For another E-Tank on blind.
Yeah, and Solsky did get another item out of the back of Skull Woods. I'm looking it back, and it was a missile pack.
Skullwood's trash except for the crystal.
Yeah, and with the hookshot out of Thieves Town, Apathy can now go and, as mentioned previously, full clear Tower of Hera and get the Andy's Death Mountain and get the last 5/6 crystal for Pyramid Fairy.
Having the Pyramid Fairy access this early, I'm willing to bet there might be something there. Another E-Tank in the bombable hut in Village.
Okay, I lost count at 7. How many E-Tanks are we at now?
We got at least 10.
I think we're at 10 or so at this point. We had a... whatever it was... you first.
There's a red cane in the sea house.
And what I was thinking is it was a missile pack on the bumper ledge. So yeah, both teams are going to know about Cane of Samaria now, which is still required since Mire is a crystal.
Not to mention Ganon Tower might need it.
Real Cutie successfully avoiding the Kraid DLC.
I think that means we're 2-1.
Solsky also successfully defeated Kraid without... Solsky defeated Kraid. I'm not sure if he paid for the DLC. And
Cutie's making his way out of Kraid's lair.
Yeah, Solsky going to Thieves Town, and we know this is definitely the next best play.
Apathy headed back to kill them all.
And meanwhile, while Solsky keeps on making checks, Maniacal is going to go ahead and just quickly get Kraid out of the way for on his end. Chat brings up a good point. We've found more energy tanks than heart containers.
Yes, which, I mean, for me, health is far more important in Super Metroid than it is in Zelda anyway. This is getting ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely. As we mentioned before, dying in Super Metroid sucks. Because they don't give you a save and continue option. They give you a continue, but not a save.
Yeah, it's a nice game over. That's it. Apathy going for hammer strats on the mob.
Yeah, hammer strats are still quite powerful. They do deal tempered sword damage, but it's just that the hammer has a wonky hitbox. It's a little smaller, and it's to the lower end of the hammer sprite. And
I personally think the lantern should do damage to the moth. I think our developers should code that in.
Unfortunately, Maniacal did not get the quick kill. Kraid did not keep his mouth open long enough, but Apathy has taken down the moth after burning his blue goo. So I believe that is 2 out of 4 dances tonight.
Yes, it would be 2 and 2. I believe Maniacal and Apathy both paid for the DLC.
Yeah, and they're both gonna get their both got their E-tanks as a result. Now the next question is, where do we go from here? We still can't, we haven't gotten any additional dungeons to full clear. We need the Titan's Mitts for Ice, we need the Mirror for Swamp, and we need possibly a medallion for Mire.
We could go down and check the dig game and stuff and Hype Cave.
Yes, we can. But yeah, at this point, our only remaining items on our to pick up list is the Titan's Mitts, Mirror, and the suits. That's it.
And
Possibly Quake.
Perhaps a medallion. Flute is not required, I don't believe. Not in the combo randomizer.
Flute cannot be required if we can get to the back door of the backdoor entrance through the Golden Torizo statue.
Right,
through Screw Attack.
Warfare.
Unfortunately, that does require the Varia suit.
Right, which we haven't found either of yet.
Nope. Real Cutie, however, is giving us some new information. Is giving us a look at the guy we always bet on, Crocomire.
Getting down there suitless takes some courage.
Now, there is one problem. Cutie is low on health, so is electing to pass up the item, or is probably waiting to get a Shine Spark and the item drops from Croc before Shine Sparking over to pick up the items in the back.
The Crocomire escape was just a missile.
And actually, I haven't been paying attention. Apathy giving us a look at Paradox Cave. We have 2 red rupees, red mail. In the bottom, we had a extra sticks and a heart piece, followed by 10 more sticks and a missile pack. So, red mail is nice, but unfortunately, not much else in Paradox Cave.
So far, most of our overworld checks have been pretty trash.
Which makes me wonder, is Hype Cave going to be super hype as a result?
All of my favorite caves so far have been crap, so I'm kind of hoping so.
Yeah, the only 2 super dense caves we have left are Hookshot and Hype Cave. Solsky's gonna go digging for us.
Yeah, we could have used this earlier for all that money.
Yeah, considering 2 big 20s have already dropped from that.
Oh, the single arrow of destiny.
10 digs for 1 stick.
Totally worth it.
The best arrow. Apathy is going to go into Tower of Hera now.
There's another E-tank behind Crocomire.
That is the energy tank of convenience right there. Just a hard piece on Stumpy.
Looks like the next check's probably going to be Hype Cave.
Ooh, and we are fire locked out of Tower of Hera. We have to go to the basement.
The seat's not being nice today.
No, it is not. And while Apathy is banging out the tiles, we will go and see what's in Hype Cave. We start with our final medallion, followed by missiles, more missiles, the high jump boots, and more missiles. So we've got all of our footwear now.
I mean, that's
High jump,
okay. I mean, 4 maybe 4 out of.
I would say, well, depending on if Quake is required for Mire, I would say at best 4 out of 10. Technolink in chat calling it the shoe store. That's a very good explanation.
Yeah, I like it.
Although the real shoe store would be getting high jump boots or Pegasus boots off of Zora.
We got something far worse than that today.
Yep. For those just coming in, Zora had the morph ball.
And there were not any rupees easily accessible, so it was a 5-minute farm of the 30 rupees in the back of Thieves or Blind.
Blindside. And then Solsky just decided, screw it, I'm gonna do chess game instead in Lost Woods, and ended up getting the rupees that way. Right around the same time Maniacal did, ironically.
The second time he did. The first time he lost all of his rupees.
Yeah, but a nice save and quit fixed that, no problem. Now, I believe the first check-in Tower of Hera was a dungeon item, so I think we're still missing both Tower of Hera items right now.
I believe you are right. I think the first one might have been the map.
It was either the map or the compass, but it definitely was not, definitely wasn't enough. Well, it was the map, I guess.
It was no, he doesn't have the map either.
Maybe then it was a item. But the second item is power bombs.
One was a key, one was a big key, so we're missing one chest that we missed. So it must not have been anything too ground.
Yeah, it must have been arrows or a hard piece or something. Now, Apathy's still on Fighter Sword right now, so is going to have to switch over to Hammer Strats to optimize this Moldorm fight a little bit.
And he's still enraged him.
Yeah, I had one Fighter Sword poke earlier, but does not seem to matter.
A nice clean kill of the troll.
Oh, and there's our second Hera item. It was just more rupees.
Now the game gives us the rupees. Thanks, game.
Yeah, it was just a missile pack on the floating island, and with that crystal, Apathy Duck can now check the Pyramid Fairy.
Which I'm willing to bet he will. After checking all of the East Death Mountain.
And Spike Cave.
Perhaps. We got a real cutie going up into Bubble Mountain. I don't know if we've checked very much up.
Yeah, Bubble Mountain's actually still not in logic without the Varia suit. At least the majority of it isn't.
It was Crocomire, to be fair.
Yeah, although there hasn't been anything in Croc either, so... Besides more energy.
We got plenty of that. I did not see what was in Cosine Room.
Ooh, there's Gravity Suit in Bubble Mountain.
This is
So-
half the puzzle.
So Gravity Suit is Varia locked. Fascinating.
But Varia's in the Pyramid Fair.
Oh, this area, I'm actually being told by chat it is in logic without the Varia suit. But with Gravity Suit, that puts Meridia into logic. So yeah, Apathy is going to get their Quake Medallion and High Jump Boots out of Hype Cave, and then most likely go straight to Pyramid Fairy.
I believe it might be in logic in hard mode. I'm not sure about normal logic though.
Ah, it's only in logic and hard mode. Okay, so that, yeah, this is normal logic, so then indeed we are very locked out of that Gravity Suit.
Yeah, there's no hell runs in normal logic.
Now, I think the thing Apathy wants to find right now is, ideally Mitts and Mire would be the best thing to find, but, we shall see.
One or the other would be nice. Maybe Varia.
Could be, considering how early we've had access to this, ever since pretty much we got into the Dark World and went to Thieves Town.
The only other thing we haven't seen is a single beam upgrade besides charge and ice, which we only have.
True, and ice is on Desert Ledge, so we still can't get to that without either the book or with the mirror. Mirror and either various suit or flute.
And I don't know about you, but I like having the full beam comp.
Oh, I absolutely like my beams crispy as well. Interestingly, our runners have one thing our runners have not done is dip Palace of Darkness yet, which I can kind of understand that considering it is a pendant, and wouldn't you know it, there's various suit and Pyramid Fairy.
There it is.
So that does put that gravity suit into logic as well as lower Norfair.
Wow. Yeah, at this point, I would definitely go to pod because there's 6 checks in there you can do. You don't have to kill the boss, but you can get everything that you'd want in there. It's probably
Absolutely.
At this point, it's got to be.
And at this point, we are pretty much in Super Metroid Go mode.
Techno, we do have the lamp. It was found. It's just not tracked because we don't have enough space for it.
Yeah, it was in. It was under Mother Brain. So yeah, pod is full clearable. Unfortunately, that's still it in terms of dungeons. We still can't get into Swamp or Ice. Ice, we need Mitts. Swamp, we need Mirror. Mire, we might just be missing a medallion. But other than that, the only 2 things we're still looking for are the Mirror and Mitts.
We have all of the medallions, so we're not missing one of those.
Oh yeah, that's right. Quake was in Hype Cave.
And the nope tank on the catfish. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Ooh, we got silver arrows in Bubble Mountain.
And now he's going back to check Norfair Reserve, I believe.
Yep.
Which is trash.
Yes. Actually, point was made in chat. That's a good. Whoa! Actually, hold on. Real Cutie is really low on health right now.
Luckily, he's back into the safe zone.
Yeah, does not have enough power bombs to perform a crystal flash, but luckily makes it to that save station. But yeah, in order to get to the Mire area, we need to either go through the front of Lower Norfair, which requires the space jump to lower the lava, or we can backdoor through Mire once we get the flute and Titan's mitts.
Pyramid Ledge was another 300 rupees.
But yeah, right after taking that save, a real cutie taking a death in Super Metroid.
At least I wouldn't feel too bad. Why? Apathy, why are you bombing the wall when you have boots?
Yeah, why is he doing race game? There wasn't anything particularly good on here.
Power ball, or not power balls, super.
Might be worried about ammo, although Charge Beam is known, so I'm kind of surprised either way.
I mean, charge beam with just a regular.
Uh-oh, Solsky has fallen out of bounds. Oh, there he goes.
Never seen that happen before. That was interesting.
Yeah, he got
Damage boosted.
He got tossed into the wall faster than Yuga could do it in Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for a real cutie trying to get out of out of Bubble Mountain with only a quarter of an E-tank.
Yeah, he's gonna need to farm some help.
Solsky electing not to pick up that nope tank from Catfish.
I mean, they call them nope tanks for a reason.
And a real cutie
got more tenacity than I do.
Surprised he didn't go save just now, although after he crosses into Link to the Past, the game will save. So now Real Cutie has those silver arrows and all of his other Upper Norfair items saved.
He's safe.
And most likely next port of call is to go get the 5-6 crystals to pick up the various suits so that we do not have to be dealing with that again.
Yeah, he's probably not going to want to do that again. I guarantee it. Especially when you're going to go all the way down
to Ridley.
I almost said Meta Ridley because I've been playing a lot of Metroid Prime.
Although we still do need space jump to get down to Ridley, or do we need to go through Showcase? Yeah, we do need to go through Showcase Showdown to get to Ridley.
I would agree with you, chat. Metroid Prime is a fun.
I will agree to that. I need to get next chance I get. I need to get the trilogy version for my Wii U.
I just got the randomizer, man. That's a good time. I can't play Super Metroid for crap, but I can play that game.
Ironically, the Prime games I played more were Primes 2 and 3. But meanwhile, Apathy getting their gravity suit out of Bubble Mountain.
Now we're full on suits, so now we can do anything we want to. Almost anything. We need space jump on it. And maybe some beams would be nice, because that'd be
some beams would be nice, yeah. Solsky is gonna end up full clearing Eastern Palace because neither of them have gotten the crystal yet, so they don't know that there are no progression items in here.
Still gotta get it done.
And a real cutie has a hard reset back to the ship and is now going to finally regenerate the E-tanks.
Thank goodness for the ship.
It would appear that Apathy Duck is electing to try a gravity jump to get up into the Ridley area. Now this is not in logic, but manages to pull it off.
Well done, though. Logic is one of those things that people just throw out anyway.
Logic to our runners is merely a suggestion.
Kind of like a speed limit sign.
Much apparently like the walls are for Solsky. But, yeah, with that, after clearing Lower Norfair, we'll see what everybody decides to do next, although it looks like Solsky is going to Pod, which, this is a long overdue check.
About time. It's only been, what, 20 minutes since we could have done this, maybe?
Pretty long, about 30, maybe 40.
I lose track of time when I'm having fun.
Time also flies when you're having fun. Ooh, we start off with a mushroom at the Golden Terizo statue.
Do I hear another fetch quest? And Quake is our medallion for Misery Mine.
Yeah, so that 4 I gave for Hype Cave is now justified.
Considering it's the only medallion we'll probably need, unless we have to go into Turtle Rock for some pressing need. There is the mirror, so that's going to be Apathy's ice. And I believe that means he can also fully clear Desert Palace for the green pendant if he wants to.
Yeah, more importantly, it allows him to pick up that ice beam off of Desert Ledge. But yeah, with that, Apathy can now clear Swamp Palace. Ice, we're still looking for mitts, unfortunately, but that's pretty much it. We just need the mitts for go mode.
A real cutie went for whatever was in mainstream, and I did not catch.
I'll get a look for you. It was just a big 20.
Interesting decision. Probably just blind check.
I missed what was in the first chest of Palace of Darkness, but it looks like it was not a key. Ooh, there is Space Jump in Meridia.
That's a good place to have it.
In Mama Turtle Room. So that puts the Lower Norfair into Logic now. And by extension, Misery Mire.
And I believe that's all of everything we need for Super Metroid.
That is definitely everything we need for Super Metroid at this point. All right, checking the bow locked side of pod, we get a small key followed by the burrito. And to answer question chat, at this time we are only looking for the Titan's mitts for go mode. Which also means Pet is dead because Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Yep. Mirror was in Mire. Titan's Miz is the only thing we need at this point. Because Super Metroid, we have everything we need to clear the game. Though not comfortably, they can still do.
Oh, they're still very comfortable with all those E-tanks they've been picking up.
Talking about damage-wise, man, just the charge beam with no nice stuff. I mean,
Yeah, charge ice is still a bit of a downside. Ideally, you want to find plasma and X-ray in close proximity to get microwave.
that would be outstanding.
Not that we're gonna probably see it at this point unless Titan's mitts are there, but watch plasma beam beyond Shack Tool.
Yeah.
Just a ton of missiles in the aqueduct.
Solsky heading to the good part of Pod, where all the good stuff tends to be.
And I'm being told that is a vanilla aqueduct. Missile followed by super missile. Alright, underneath the harmless hellway, what do we end up with? One more key and a heart piece. Apathy, with the help of Can of Samaria and the mushroom, can use fake powder and elected to fake powder that anti-fairy. Doesn't look like a real cutie found anything in the right sand pit and is resetting.
Apathy heading up to the cutscene chest of Misery Mire. I get 18 seconds of a whole lot. I don't think he's gonna have enough. Oh, he does have enough magic.
And apparently Solsky did find something in the dark in Palace of Darkness, but we couldn't see what it was. And apparently those can be invisible in
We'll
this
have to wait
version.
for a pause screen to see if he's got them.
Now I'm not sure if we've seen the second item yet for Misery Mire.
I'd venture to guess no.
I know we did see a heart piece in what we would hope would be the Godmire key chest, but I don't believe we've seen anything else.
I believe it's either going to be in the next chest or it's going to be on Vidi.
And at this point, Vidi is pretty much free courtesy of those silver arrows.
My favorite way to kill the eyeball. Well, we got a real cutie taking on Phantoon.
Has no problem taking him down.
That's a dead snake.
And Solsky's now going to go get that lamp.
For just 20 rupees behind Phantoon.
Looks like a real cutie's next stop is Dragon.
Well, while you're here, might as well get it done. That way you don't have to come. Excellent shine spark across the room there. Ooh, the ice rod is in the back of Meridian.
Now,
Not that we need it, but it's there.
come to think of it, now that I take another look, Turtle Rock actually will not be required this seed because since Titan's Mitts are all we're looking for, that is needed for Turtle Rock. So, very graciously, Turtle Rock can be left out today.
That's my favorite dungeon to not have to do.
Apathy is doing the Mire Darkrooms blind without lamps, so this is going to be quite interesting.
Cuties using Shine Sparks to take down the Maniacal killing blind.
Looks like he's having not too much trouble with the Shine Sparks, and 3 Shine Sparks to the face, and there goes Dragon.
I believe he's also. Nope, never mind. He looked like he got a blue suit too, but
He was going for it, I think, but did not get it.
for 20 rupees. Necessary boss kill, not so nice a reward.
Yeah, so not walking away with much from Meridia so far besides that ice rod and the space jump.
And the ice rod not being required is just a nice shiny rod. Unless, you know, all of a sudden we got an Randomizer out of our hands somehow.
And Solsky is once again sipping straight into Super Metroid. And it looks like Apathy took a death in Misery Mire. Ooh, and as far as he was, that is a huge time sink to go back.
Yeah, as a bonus, he doesn't have to clear it all out again. You can just
Yeah.
run there.
Bit of a silver lining there, but yeah, very unfortunate because that is going to be basically another run all the way through the dark rooms.
Yeah, that's kind of a nightmare.
So yeah, at this point, we're just looking for those Titans mitts.
The real cutie's checking plasma room for the morph ball bomb. No more soft locking today. Not that these runners get soft locked. That's only what happens to people like. To answer a question in chat, yes, Technolink, both teams have to finish, or both members of the team have to finish for them to complete the race. So you get to beat your teammate and then cheer him on. It was basically a 4-man race where the two teams are racing themselves and their opponent.
Yeah, the only, honestly, all things considering, this seed has been pretty nice to us with the sole exception of all the ridiculous money farming that was required for Zora.
Yes, actually, to answer another question in chat, to Dailic Ash, yes, both team members are speaking to each other. They are communicating inside their chat to tell each other which items they got, so they don't have to go to the places that are.
Yeah, for example, right now, a real cutie doesn't have yet have the Cane of Samaria or the Mirror, or the hookshot for that matter, but knows exactly where they are courtesy of Apathy Duck. Vitreous is KO'd real quick with those silver arrows, so now we see where the next port of call is for Apathy. Most likely, I would say Swamp is probably his next stop.
Yeah, that's the only other one you really can do at this point.
Yeah, it's 6 items, it's a crystal. Looks to be mirroring first to go pick up the ice beam off of Desert Ledge.
And maybe check a couple checks in Desert, looking for them mitts, because they could.
Yeah, they could be on the green pendant as well.
I usually don't have a problem clearing a green pendant dungeon, unless it's Turtle Rock. And then I'm like, yeah, you know,
Yeah, it's still not worth it.
that point in the game, I probably have everything I need. And Desert is boots locked, but luckily we have our nice go fast.
Yeah, Pegasus boots were thankfully free. They were in green Brinstar just before the Etacoons.
So it looks like the well, maybe there's going to be a small key, I think, in this big chest. Gonna dance over to the right side, then mirror.
Yeah, hopefully you don't. That's what you want to see at this point. Both items. You don't want to see the compass, and you don't want to see the compass here.
No, you don't want to have to go kill them. Even though with silver arrows it'd be a quick fight. Same
All right.
missile pack.
Yeah, at least it's not a compass. That is, though.
You had to say something.
Oops. Actually, Revolving Ocelot, our tracker, mentions seeing green pendant seeds. I did see a daily race a couple of days ago, rather, where flippers were on green pendant.
Hmm. Wonder if these are bugs or unintended features. Or is it just that kind of randomness?
That kind of randomness.
Like, I didn't expect to see 2 Shacktool seeds in a row last week, but lo and behold, I did.
Yeah, I remember a week where we had Titan Smiths on pedestal on 2 separate days. One of them was a
Oof.
Randomizer race.
Those are always long days.
Yeah, Red Team is finally going to have their look at Back of Escape, or I'm sorry, Team Corn Dog.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't brought that up in a while. On the left, Maniacal and Solsky, they have elected to call themselves Team Maniaski, and Real Cutie and Apathy Duck have given their team name Team Corn Dog. Ooh.
And there's the book on Landmark.
Ooh, that makes things a little interesting because that could put Titan's Myths on the tablets.
Yes, indeed it could.
And just to clarify with chat, Pet is dead. Titan's Myths cannot be on pedestal. Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Or you could do what Miss Metroid suggested, whatever that. Let's say, where's Apathy going? He's already cleared that.
I think he was initially trying to go to Ridley, but had a minor brain hiccup.
Happens to me all the time.
Gonna give us our look at the Golden Terrezo area.
There's the mitts.
The mitts are space jump locked. Which means...
Oh boy.
Red Team is effectively in no mode.
Yep, that's gonna be an interesting place to go get that.
Now, unfortunately, Apathy does not have Space Jump yet. Space Jump was in Mama Turtle Room. So he's gonna have to go back to Meridia and grab those, grab that Space Jump.
That's a long way to travel. Well,
Yeah,
I suppose you could just use the portals and go over to Dark Ice Rod Cave and come out that way.
that looks to be Apathy Duck's plan.
Those portals sometimes make the game a little bit nicer. Instead of having to trek all the way through Super Metroid, you just skip half of it by going to Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah, Solsky is now in Lower Norfair and is headed to the Showcase Showdown and is actually going to get those Titans mitts.
And then I believe they will be in no mode as well. They still don't know where the mirror is.
And appears to also be shoving a lot of missiles at the foot of the statue there.
Solsky can be rude sometimes.
To answer question, chat, no, I don't think Maniacal checks Shack Tool.
I mean, I think grapple beam's required, is it not?
But yeah, Solsky now picking up those Titans mitts. Now, they do not know where the mirror... they do not have the mirror yet. The mirror is in Mire Shed, which, to be fair, is not going to be far on either of those runners' to-do lists with the equipment they have. In fact, if anything, Solsky might be about to pick it up since he's right around the corner to the portal.
Indeed.
So yeah, a bit of an interesting chain to get Titan Smiths. So you had to get Dark World access, pick up the Varia suit in Pyramid Fairy, followed by technically Gravity suit in Bubble Mountain, then Space Jump in Mama Turtle Room to get to the Golden Terizo room to pick up Titan Smiths to get to Showcase Showdown.
All preceded by a horrendous rupee grind to get the morph.
Yep. So, can't imagine that mushroom's gonna yield anything at this point.
Nothing terribly useful.
Except maybe a beam, which, yeah, we may be going into Mother Brain with just Charge Ice.
Doesn't seem like that's going to do a lot of damage. And with Solsky finding the mirror in Mire Shed, that's going to put them in no mode as well.
And in fact, at 131.42, that is going to actually put Solsky in go mode. Electing to check Checkerboard Cave anyway, probably again looking for a quick beam upgrade. But yeah, at this point, it's a race. Both teams entered no/go mode at relatively the same time.
Apathy Duck just finished taking down the Shrimp. Has he not been to Rex Ship to take on Phantoon yet?
I don't believe so. Because I'm trying to think what it was in Rex Ship that was of exceptional value, and the answer is nothing.
Yeah, nothing. You can just go there and kill the boss and leave, because there's literally nothing.
Yeah, Solsky decided to do the same thing and put off Wrecked Ship after Maniacal checked it.
I mean, when you know there's nothing there, there's no point in going.
Now, Solsky's going to farm some super missiles here because he's really short, and with Charge Ice, that's still not a lot of damage against Ridley. Otherwise, you need 30 super missiles, or the equivalent. To answer question in chat, Ice Beam, I believe, is logically required for Super Metroid. Alternatively, though, you can use 15 Power Bombs.
Which takes forever.
Ooh, real cutie, running a little low on health again. Elects to burn that green goo. And followed by breaking out that Cane of Burna.
I always knew that cane was useful for something.
Yeah, Burna against Blind is actually quite effective, to be perfectly honest with you.
The only thing I really don't like is when I get Burna as a starting item in the standards.
Oh, yeah.
That's not fun. While we're at a lull, you can guys go to the streamers' pages and follow them. We just got their links in chat. Follow the runners for putting on such a great show for us. And You can follow me if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Or my partner here, Captain MD, and our two trackers, Lori D. Bunnykins and Revolving Ocelot, who are both tracking, pressing buttons so we don't have to.
Yes, major shout outs to our behind the scenes crew tonight, especially Miss Metroid, keeping everything in check behind the scenes as far as the stream is concerned.
We can shout out Miss Metroid on every seed, even if she wasn't there, because she does so much work for this.
Absolutely. Now, Apathy did pick up the space jump out of Mama Turtle Room, so that's going to put Apathy in a position to go pick up those Titans mitts. But first stop is going to be Wrecked Ship.
Not
Or not.
entirely sure where Cuties go. I don't recall there being anything serious up.
He might be going around to go to Tower of Hera. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Fair enough. We're also really short on swords. We've only seen 2 so far.
That is true. We are still on Master Sword, although we can check. We have not checked both tablets, although to be fair, no one's going to check the tablets now. At this rate, there's probably a sword in GT. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where our flute is as well, and the rest of our beams. But Solski is actually going to be our first runner to take on Ridley.
No, I hit the metal dactyl. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a terribly difficult fight, but just, kind of irritating. And somehow self-destruct. Ridley is, I believe, 30 supers because he takes double damage from supers? Or it's triple damage from supers?
It is double damage to supers.
It is double, okay. So that was a nice quick kill for Solski to get an E-tank.
That is a vanilla energy tank.
Yeah, that's like the 12th one? I don't even know anymore.
I think it is the 11th or 12th known energy tank. Yeah, certainly after Ridley, you're still not going to say no to an energy tank. Apathy Duck is going through Swamp Palace now. Looks to be checking chests anyway, just in case, again, trying to find probably a beam or a sword.
That's what I'd be doing, but I'm terrible, so...
Yeah, but I imagine Apathy's only going to check the ones right in the way. He's definitely skipping left side swamp at this point.
Yeah, I would too. There's no, left side is such a long check for maybe not.
Yeah, Maniacal's now just about to go pick up their various suit from Pyramid Fairy. Now, all of our runners do have silver, so at the very least, we will not be seeing silverless Ganon today.
Thank goodness for that.
But if we can find a sword in GT, that would make life a lot easier.
Yeah, that'd be swell.
I missed what was on the Ridley escape ledge there. Take another look on my playback.
So far, the chest and swamp not really turning up much. The big chest with just missile.
Yeah, and just another 5 arrow cap upgrade along the Ridley escape path. Followed by some more supers, which Solski elects to pick up. Yeah, certainly super missile packs our runners are probably still going to pick up because, again, we're running just charged ice, and that is not the best for Mother Brain.
And there's another Troll Dorm down. A very clean kill with the hammer.
There was a Rupee Horde in the Franker Z room.
There's Plasma Beam and Tempered Sword in
How about that?
the sunken chests of Swamp Palace, and I believe that Apathy is going to be done checking things now because he's got everything he wants. Although he
Absolutely.
does not have Charge Beam, but he knows where it is, and there's X-Ray as well.
So on top of that, we have microwave ability. Unfortunately, Apathy has the only boss. Well, actually, fortunately for Apathy, he has not yet killed Phantoon. So microwave is effective on Phantoon.
Yeah, it's one of the best ways to kill him. And as chat's saying, that was one of the best sunken rooms I've seen in a long.
Definitely a good one. Not a go mode sunken room, but one that a very desirable one nonetheless.
Apathy going for the zero cycle and the dash strats, almost getting it. Very nice. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but I love watching.
Very nicely done. Surprised Apathy did not elect to fire a silver arrow there.
Yeah, me too. But that's the Zelda version of Phantoon.
All that's left for Apathy now is Ice Palace, and he's going to be able to go mode Ice Palace, and that's very nice.
Go mode Ice Palace is one of the nicest ones to go mode. I hate that dungeon.
And another lucky thing for a real cutie and maniacal is that they have not yet defeated Armos Knights. I don't remember if they dipped Eastern earlier, but the big key was in the first chest, so they'll be able to go straight to Armos Knights. It's hard to say who's ahead in terms of progression right now. Certainly, Solsky is in go mode, although he's only defeated 5 out of 10 bosses. Still has to go pick up the. Still has to just go beat all the bosses. Apathy definitely has a lead in boss count. He's at 6 plus 2, so 8 out of 10 bosses. I'm sorry, 8 out of 11 bosses. But still needs to go pick up the Titans midst of the Showcase Showdown.
Math is hard. It looks like Apathy's gonna go stare down Phantoon because he's headed towards Rex.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a real quick trip to Rex Shep.
I do not remember where Charge Beam is, but he's not gonna be able to do the microwave.
Charge Beam was, I want to say it was in the Dark World somewhere. I don't remember right off the top of my head, though. But yeah, all things considering, this has been a pretty gentle seed for our runners besides the Zora grind and the Titans mid chain.
Yeah, that's about the only rough spot.
And even then, the Titans myths were thankfully, because Titans myths were our go mode item, that means we were able to skip Smith Chain, Purple Chest, Hammer Pegs. We got to skip a lot of overworld checks this seed.
Got to skip Magic Bat, didn't have to do, Pendant Turtle Rock.
Pendant Pod also, by definition, that means Pendant Pod didn't have anything either, so there were technically no required Pendant dips today. Solsky now picking up those two, the Sword and Plasma out of Swamp Palace, so Maniacal's going to learn about those, and that's just, at this point, everybody's going to be doing Tempered Sword, Silver Arrows, Ganon, and probably Charge Plasma, Ice, Mother Brain at this point.
Unless they find a gold sword while looking for the GT Big Key, that's probably...
Yeah, unfortunately, Apathy does not have Charge Beam, so we cannot see Microwave from Apathy. We might see it from Solsky, though, if he goes back for Plasma Beam. For Charge Beam, rather.
And I must say that Lower Norfair has my favorite music out of the whole...
It's a good track, and it's got a nice remix for Metroid Prime, and Samus Returns for that matter.
And Phantoon down for Apathy. Now he can just leave wrecked ship behind because he knows there's nothing else there.
Yep, Apathy Duck is going to say nope and just get right on out of there. And a Real Cutie picking up their Titan's Miss. Last thing on Real Cutie shopping list is the Magic Mirror, and that is thankfully right around the corner. Now, Real Cutie is intentionally dropping his missiles here so that Gold Terizo will will launch his sort of egg ball attack here, which increases, which is the best way to refuel ammo against him.
You learn something new every day. My knowledge of Super Metroid is greatly lacking. So I track in calm, because I can't play it. I've said it more than once, I'll keep saying it.
And there goes Golden Terizo with only a missile to spare. One super.
He's gonna go pick up his Fungus Among Us and head out probably to...
And at this point, Apathy is probably going to go to Link to the Past, save and quit, go to Death Mountain, and use the business center entryway to get to Lower Norfair.
Real Cutie's about to pick up their Mire.
Yeah, I think we'll have an idea of which team has the advantage when we start seeing people getting to getting their seventh crystals.
And Cutie still needs another sword, which he can get his Master Sword out of Swamp when he gets there, or he may go... I don't think he's going to go back to life.
Oh yeah, he did skip out on that particular sword. Solsky, meanwhile, is microwaving the shrimp. And you can see the effectiveness of microwave firsthand. That is a one-hit kill for Dragon.
It's not even fair.
And Solsky's going to get to do the same thing for Phantoon. So that means Solsky does have Charge Beam, so perfect.
Excellent. I have a feeling that Solsky may go kill Phantoon, then kill Mother Brain while he's...
Very well could.
It looks like he's actually leaving Super Metroid, so I guess that would work.
Yeah, it makes sense, because this puts you right next to Ice Palace. You can just mirror, go to the portal, and just zip into Ice Palace from there. So this makes a lot of sense.
It's a nice, quick go mode Ice Palace, too, so...
Yeah, again, we were able to find our go mode items very early. So yeah, we didn't have to dip any pendants. We never had to dip ice. We can go mode Swamp. Technically, we could have go moded Mire. It wasn't a God Mire, but we could still have go moded it.
Yeah.
And do you remember?
My apologies.
Oh, no worries. Do you remember by chance where Charge was? Because I'm having a mind fart here.
I have absolutely no idea where it was. I don't remember. I need to take better notes.
Usually I'm pretty good about remembering where stuff is, but this seed has just been kind of non-stop, so that I've had a hard time keeping track myself.
I remember where Morph Ball was, but that's about it.
Yeah.
The Maniacal taking a death in the back of Misery Mire, so he has to make the whole climb all over again.
Yeah, that is pretty much no good. And Maniacal is still running on green mail. Did not pick up the red mail, the blue mail, the first mail upgrade from the front of Escape, or the other mail upgrade from Paradox Cave. And is only running 10 hearts too. Misery Mire is not a good dungeon to do on green mail.
No, not at all.
Pretty much everything hits like a truck.
Considering logically you're supposed to have blue mail at this... vanilla-wise, anyway.
Indeed.
Unless you choose to do this first and then go to Ice Palace afterwards, because I always liked having Samaria going through Ice, because I didn't know about the bomb. Which we see perfectly executed by Solsky. So far, no spooky action glitch inside of Misery Mire. I love seeing it, I just don't...
Yeah, to this day, I still am not completely familiar with how it works.
It's something to do with the space-time continuum and, you know, other levels of stuff that I don't know.
Yeah, you got to inject your flux capacitor with 1.21 gigawatts. Or no, it was gigawatts, I'm sorry.
Something along those lines.
Apathy Duck going for Shine Spark strats on the Gold Pirates. Very nicely done. And Solsky is going to give us our first Cold Stare fight of the seed.
Choosing to use Bombos to break the shell, so he has some Fire Rod shots left. Fire Rod shots plus Tempered is going to be nice and...
And he may not even have to burn those Fire Rod shots because that was a beautiful Cold Stare takedown. I couldn't even see what was on what he
I have no idea
had
what
because
that was.
of the explosions. It might have been the map.
It was definitely too hard to see.
Yeah, I literally have no idea what it is. I just looked at it back on the playback and I still couldn't see it.
And chat, thank you for telling us that Charge was in Spore Spawn Supers.
That's the one.
So I doubt that Apathy is going to go back there.
Yeah, that's unfortunately out of the way at this point, especially when you're in go mode. The problem is, though, Apathy's ammo is too low for Mother Brain, so he's going to have to pick up Charge Beam.
Or at least he knows where it is. That's a bonus. It's not terribly hard to get, it's just really out of the way.
Because, yeah, I'm trying to think. Apathy only has the equivalent of 14 super missiles of ammunition. So that's amounts to 54 missiles. That's still not enough. So yeah, you're going to be short by the equivalent of 6 super missiles. An answer question chat. Yeah, in any logic, Super Metroid logic, Charge Beam is required.
Real Cutie making a real easy ascent out of the worst room.
Yeah, that ain't the worst room in the game with the equipment we're packing.
Not at all. Over to the amphitheater, which another one of those rooms that I always forget the name of. I had to look it up before the race today, so I got it right.
So yeah, just looking at our checklist of our to-do list checklist for our runners. So Real Cutie just has to take down the remaining 5 bosses, 4 bosses, I should say, in A Link to the Past. Apathy Duck needs to take down Ridley and Cold Stare. Solsky has to take down Moldorm and Vitreous, and Phantoon. And Maniacal has to take down Ridley, Armos Knights, Cold Stare, and Argus. So yeah, kind of tough to say as far as team-wise. Still hard to say who's in the lead, but Apathy right now definitely looks to be in pretty good position right now to take the first amongst our restream runners.
I would have to agree. He's got a lot. He's done a lot of work this season.
Yeah, I think Apathy finding those Titans miss in Showcase Showdown was really the sort of building block to really set that team into motion.
Did he kill Ridley? He's making the lower Norfair escape. I
He
would
might have
presume that he did.
might have actually killed it while we weren't looking. I think that's exactly what happened. Because now that you think about it, I do remember seeing Apathy pick up the E-Tank.
Okay, the tracker probably just ate the imp. Yes, chat, the various suit was at the Pyramid Ferry. So that would put Tower of Hera done for Solsky as well. Because he has
Very
killed
true.
Ridley. So the tracker program likes to eat inputs, and when you click it, it just doesn't work. It happens a lot more than I like.
Unfortunately, but yeah, I would say at this point, as far as individual times, it is definitely advantage to Apathy Duck. Because yeah, A Link to the Past boss in a Go Mode Ice Palace. Yeah, that ain't gonna take any time whatsoever.
Yeah, go mode Ice Palace is nice and quick.
Ooh, nice clip there by a real cutie. Yeah, Solsky only has to beat Vitreous, but also has to go back to Wreck Ship to kill Phantoon because he waited on that until later.
Which will be
Actually,
nice.
no.
Quick.
I stand corrected. Actually, Solsky did kill Phantoon because I remember him microwaving Phantoon.
I thought he microwaved Dragon.
Oh no, it was Dragon. You're right. Ay ay ay.
Yeah. That calming takes a toll.
Yeah, and again, so much stuff happening in the last 30 minutes that it's so hard to keep
Even
track.
with two sets of eyes, we can't see everything. I mean, we had two more sets of eyes with the trackers, but I mean, holy cow, it's hard.
Yeah, and because it's a co-op run, there's so much divergence amongst the folks on screen here.
It makes it even harder. Like normal runs, there's divergence, like usually little slight divergences here and there, but with this, they knew they were going to go in separate directions because they only have to cover the other, the side that their opponent or their partner didn't do.
Yeah, like if this was a co-op seed, not a co-op seed, you imagine that the runners would still converge early because of the whole Zora mishap, but after that, you never know.
Yeah, that's one of the most painful things I've seen in a while. That was rough.
I still find it hilarious that Solsky just decided, screw it, I'm going to the gambling game.
And lost it all.
Lost
Come
it
on,
all,
man,
but then
you gotta know the house is gonna win.
unless you magically just use the properties of saving and resetting.
Well, I can't do that in real life, so I don't.
Nope. But with that, Solsky has defeated Vitreous. That is Solsky's 7th crystal, so it is time now to play the big key guessing game. There are 22 locations in the basement of Ganon's tower where we could see the big key. Get your guesses in chat where you think it is going to be. For me tonight, I'm going to be a little nice, and I'm going to say 6.
I'm gonna go with my standard, which is 19, because everything is 19. Even though I stole it straight out from under Revolving Ocelot, because I knew he's gonna say it, so I had to get. Apathy Duck just did a really nice sliding clip through the bottom stairwell in Ice Palace. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, that's the Ice Palace hookshot clip. It's fairly common.
Shortly after Apathy kills Cold Stare, he will be joining Solsky in game.
Now, it should be noted, we will be tracking the guesses based on Solsky's collection procedure, not despite Apathy coming into GT later, since Solsky is our first runner to go in, although Solsky is checking Hookshot Cave. Probably looking for Wave Beam, if nothing else.
I really can't think of anything else he'd want.
Or Super Missiles.
Maybe he's just looking for that killer shield.
The best protection against any foe.
He's also checking Super Money Cave. I mean, while you're here, why not? I don't know.
I mean,
what
at the
you're
rate
looking
this
to
is
get.
going, Apathy's going to get to GT before Solsky does. Oh, you know what it is? Solsky's still kind of low on hearts. Solsky's only running on 9 hearts, which
Yeah, but if
even
he
with
does
red
have
mail...
He got red mail, he'd be alright.
True, but even still, that's still 4 hearts to a Ganon hug.
That's why you just don't give him hug. I mean, hugging a pig is just bad for your health.
Luckily, Solsky is proving me wrong and is going to be the first runner to get into GT.
All the guesses will stop now that we're inside. Not that anybody was still guessing. There are 22 locations for the big key in the bottom of Ganon's tower. Number 1 is 10 arrows, number 2 is super missiles, and looks like he's going...
Also, interesting thing of note, it was Bombos for Turtle Rock, which Bombos was available very early, so that wouldn't have been an issue, but Turtle Rock was completely unnecessary today.
Some days I wish I could see the spoiler log to see what they didn't.
I would not be shocked if we find the flute in here, given the circumstances. Third check.
You willing to bet you're right?
Third check was Bob's torch, but only had a small key. Fourth chest is Fire Rod, Fire
There's
Shield.
the big key.
Wow, early big key. How about that? Followed by yet another energy tank.
I think that's all of them at this.
It's definitely close, so it is a top. Actually, no, I stand corrected. Technically, I wrote the cutoff before that guess, unfortunately.
Actually, I think they were just confirming that it was 5.
Oh, okay, never mind. So
looks
yeah,
looks like Black Oxytocin was the closest with you and him.
Well, I'm gonna bow myself out of that one, but Lori D. Bunnykins, our tracker, also guessed 4, so same proximity. So we'll give it. We'll give
doing
it.
The Price is Right rules. It's closest without going over.
My apologies, Electric Saber Man.
But I'll give her credit anyway because she's our tracker and she's doing a great job. And I can only hope I used the right pronoun there.
Apathy and Solsky are still checking chests in GT.
I don't honestly have any idea what they're looking for at this point. A 4th sword? A beam?
That would not make sense to me. Even without just not missing Wave Beam, you're still Charge Ice Plasma. That's not too far off from maximum power. It's in a similar case to how much extra damage you get between Buttered and Tempered. Whereas Wave doesn't add as much damage as Plasma does.
So it just wouldn't be worth it. I don't understand what he's looking for.
Yeah, but now Apathy and Solsky pretty much neck and neck climbing up GT, although Apathy's got to watch it. He's down to 1 heart.
And I don't believe he's got any fairies, and I know he doesn't have any potions.
Got to watch for that BMO statue.
Those guys are jerks.
Yeah, they are really powerful in A Link to the Past, and more so relentless.
the one laser beam that your mirror shield can't block. Woo!
Wow.
Got some courage dashing through that room on the way back.
Yeah, and Solsky will come to the refill room here to restock on health and magic.
I have a feeling that he's going to do the same thing. Oh, he doesn't have any bombs. Oh, you can't.
Oh no! Oh boy, he's gonna have to do this the hard way.
Or go back downstairs. That's what I would do.
Yeah, he's deciding, yep, not taking that chance. I don't want to climb GT again.
I'd much rather do that than risk it. All it takes is one BMO statue in an ice room and you're game over.
Or a fall down the pit at this rate. But nope, Apathy has managed to keep it together.
And that is the one location, I believe, in the game where they actually expect you to do a bonk, because there's no other way to get across that jump without, like, bomb jumps and craziness.
Yep. Which is why that trick is considered in the logic. That is why you can get through the front entrance of Mire without the hookshot.
And also check the first chest in Hookshot Cave.
Which I have seen have the hookshot under those circumstances.
Oh, that's just miserable.
And I believe it led to rage slashes. Don't remember from who, though.
I would rage, yeah.
Apathy doing a flawless land molus too.
He's just a couple of rooms behind Solsky now. The stop at the refill was much needed. Cutie making his way back to Armos, and he still has to go through ice and Skullwood.
Yeah, Maniacal got a tiny bit of got a considerable lead over Real Cutie in that regard.
Maniacal just has to do Eastern, which is a nice quick. Especially with the big key being in the first or second chest.
Yeah, now luckily for a Real Cutie, Go Mode Skull Woods is incredibly free.
Yes. Oh, and Apathy took a fall.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Could be worse, but still a time loss.
Absolutely. Solsky taking down Moldorm too. We'll see if he checks the final chest.
Apathy almost mirrored. He just mirrored out of Ganon's deck.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was a huge miss. Oh, he's out of magic.
He did it intentionally because he ran out of magic, but that's really unfortunate.
Ay, ay, ay. Just been one thing leading to another for Apathy, Doc. Solsky, meanwhile, going on to the Aga 2 fight. And Real Cutie has gone back for that Tempered Sword. So
the loadouts will be the same for all of our runners.
Pretty much. Although Maniacal still appears to be on Master Sword. And it was a missile pack on Cold Stare. We couldn't see it over the explosion graphics. But Solsky taking down Aga 2 quickly. I'm pretty sure that was a single, double, triple. Not 100% sure on that.
I think it was a single, double, triple, single, right?
Double, triple, single. Yeah, that's still pretty good.
Electric Saberman's right, I think.
But now it is time for the big pig fight. And what does the big pig have to say to us today? If we're not meant to have midnight snacks, then why is there a light on in the fridge?
He makes a good point.
Very good question. These are the mysteries in the Twilight Zone. But with that Tempered Sword, does not have to do spins to damage Ganon. Taking an awful lot of hits from those fire bats, though. Is down to 1 heart. Has to take it real careful. Ken does not have any fairies.
I don't know if he has a potion either.
Also, Ganon being a little bit uncooperative with those teleports there.
Now, unfortunately, with the combo randomizer, those teleports are not going to be the same between runners.
Yeah, the same also applies to the Aga 1 placement. Or the both Aghanim placements. So you're never going to know what shot you're getting out of them. Ganon asks, did we find the arrows in Norfair? Yes. Kindly take a few. Solsky missed.
Being very careful to not get any crazy hits because he's very close to death. And there's the big pig. Let's get a G in chat for Solsky for taking none.
Yes, but Solsky's story is not done yet. The next stop for him is to go to Wrecked Ship. He actually has to still take down Phantoon, which actually I didn't realize he still had to do that, so Apathy still has some time to catch up here.
Presuming Apathy does not run out of magic again, he should be able to get to Mother Brain about the same time.
Yeah, because the thing about Phantoon is, yes, it's only the boss you have to kill, but it is a little bit out of the way as far as your trip to Torian.
It will be a quick boss kill because he does have charged X-ray plasma.
Yeah, nothing a little bit of time in the microwave can't solve.
I wonder what electrified or microwave jellyfish smells.
Not sure, honestly. Oh, you know what our runners might have been looking through all those chests for? They might have been looking for the bug net, so that they could catch a fairy in the refill room.
Perhaps. I mean, at this point, I'd much rather just...
Should also be noted, we did not see the flute. It's probably in right side GT.
Could be in Turtle Rock.
It could be in Turtle Rock as well. But yeah, there are a lot of things we ended up not seeing today. We didn't see flute. We didn't see what was on the mushroom.
Don't believe we ever got powder.
No, we didn't get powder either.
Because I think it was Apathy who faked powder to fair.
Yep. And we saw Ice Rod in Meridia above Dragon, but that ended up being completely useless.
And our Apathy Duck starting his Aga 2 fight with a... looked like a... and another single. And another one.
Aghanim not giving Apathy Duck a good pattern here.
Not at all. These patterns are pretty atrocious. There must have been a double in there somewhere. Probably
I think his first salvo was the double, because all three Aghanims were lined up pretty much.
Solsky, there we go. There's the microwave. And there's a dead jellyfish.
Yeah, so we'll see if Solsky gets out of Wreck Ship before Apathy finishes off Ganon. Because we'll know who's ahead once Solsky passes the ship.
And we got Maniacal making his climb to Ganon's.
Yeah, Cutie's not too far behind, just has to do the Ice Palace bomb jump and get to Cold Stare.
And not die because of Green Mail. Green Mail Ganon fight's gonna be not so...
Yeah, Maniacal ended up picking up a mail upgrade. I'm not sure whereabouts, though. Might have picked up the one in Paradox Cave.
Well, he did just come out of Paradox Cave, so I would assume that's probably where he came out.
Yeah.
Tracker, Lori, D. Bunnykins confirmed.
Yeah, he most definitely did that for Blue Mail, because, yeah, you don't want a 10 hearts Green Mail Ganon, even with Tempered Sword Silvers.
That's just a nightmare.
We also didn't end up seeing half magic this time around either.
Or Wave Beam, or Spazer.
And Apathy taking down Ganon just as Solsky passes the ship. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race.
gonna come down to execution here. Although it doesn't look like Apathy ever picked up his charge beam.
Oh
So
no!
he still needs to go to Spore Spawn, because I don't think he has enough ammo to kill much.
That is very unfortunate. Now, to be fair, the game only ends when the second teammate crosses the finish line, so the story won't be done for our teams once the first runner's through.
But with Maniacal in Ganon's tower and Real Cutie not far behind,
Yeah, at this point, it does look like it is Team Maniaski's race to lose. And Maniacal, not even bothering to check for other swords, is going straight up the tower after picking up that key.
that's because Solsky told him not to.
Now, Apathy did pick up some additional super missile packs, so technically does have enough missile ammo now for Mother Brain. Not much more though, that's the only problem, is that he only has the equivalent of 5 extra regular missiles. So would have to nail every shot unless he finds some more super packs along the way. Dr. Amamine, the red team's name is Team Corndog.
That's what they asked for. We didn't make that up.
We'll see if Solsky manages to succeed with Baby Skip here.
I do like a real duck, though. That'd have been good.
Nope. Solsky's gonna get swallowed.
And Apathy's headed for the Spore Spawn skip. I hope, and not gonna go kill Spore Spawn, because that would be ridiculous.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna kill
You know, he's going towards Spore Spawn.
That's interesting. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting some free Metroid today. We never see this.
I haven't seen Spore Spawn in a race ever.
Yeah, this is
Why didn't he just do this skip?
I don't know. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for in a rare sighting, here is Spore Spawn. He just kind of meanders around his arena.
Dr.
Eventually,
Amamine in chat saying you probably could microwave him, but Charge Beam is behind him. So, I mean, I don't know why we're here at all, to be honest.
that is definitely something we'll have to ask during the interview.
Must be doing it for the memes.
That might be it. Because, yeah, I pulled out his X-ray scope for some reason.
Or maybe he thought he had charge? I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Chat brings up a good point. It comes down to a Real Cutie's finish time at this point, and since a Real Cutie's still on GT, Apathy Duck has the time.
Yeah, he could just be messing around, just having fun.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing.
It's got to be for the memes, because there's no reason to kill Spore Spawn, as far as I know, in the randomizer. Unless you get a really terrible seed.
Yeah, one that just does not give you any super missiles whatsoever. But yeah, with that, Solsky is on the Mother Brain fight already, wasting absolutely no time.
It's definitely been a good show for the day, though. It's taken nowhere near as long as I expected.
Absolutely.
But being a co-op race, I kind of did expect it to be faster than a normal.
Yeah, but even still, with most of the items being relatively free this seed, not counting the massive money grind for Morph Ball again, the seed has been pretty good. Oh, Maniacal took a fall to Trolldorm. And is very close to taking a death in GT.
Is not the place you want to die.
Absolutely not, especially with a Real Cutie right on your heels. Solsky is attempting to go for stand-up glitch now. He's having a little bit of fun. Trying, I believe he's timing his movements to the Baby Metroid audio.
You may
Now,
be
Solsky,
right.
I think, has to go airborne again at one point or another, otherwise the stand-up glitch won't work.
I have no
Looks
idea
like he's
how it
good.
works, so that'd be something you'd have to tell.
Yeah, the way stand-up glitch basically works is that you run into when Mother Brain's health is low enough and she starts doing the beam attack. You get hit by the first attack, but in between the time it takes for her to spool up a second attack, you run into her constantly to lower your health below 1 energy tank. Once you do that, the Baby Metroid rescue cutscene will start, but you'll be still standing up, because normally you have to be hit by that again, and then you can't stand back up. But if you ram into Mother Brain before she completes the next attack, and you have to have at least 3 energy tanks left over, or something along the lines of at least 3 energy tanks remaining by the time when you're doing that switch. And whoa, had a bit of a sprite hiccup there on Solsky's end, but if you can trigger the Baby Metroid cutscene before she charges her laser again, you can gain control and deal charge shot damage while waiting for the Baby Metroid to heal you. But you do have to be airborne when the Baby Metroid gets to Mother Brain. But with that, Solsky has taken down Mother Brain and is on his way out.
I kind of miss seeing runners save the animals. I've only seen a very small handful of them do it. And it looks like Maniacal either died or took a fall to Ganon. Because
I think he took a fall.
He's coming back up.
Yeah, he definitely took a fall. I see on my playback, it was on the left side of the pyramid. Oops, Solsky having a tiny bit of trouble getting out there. Again, being a little more cooperative with his teleports for Maniacal.
I apologize for being quiet. My 3-year-old decided to come in and say hi.
No worries. Alright, Maniacal pumping the silver skewers into Ganon. One more to go, I think.
There's another G for Maniacal.
And yeah, Solsky is memeing for sure. Is firing hyper shots into the towards the animals.
Pretty sure he just killed them before the planet even exploded, so that's not very nice. And that's 2 GGs for Solsky, or I guess 2 Gs. Or GG, whatever, for Solsky, being the first runner on Restream to finish with the time that Captain's...
Actually, Solsky did not enter the dot done. I think it is going to be the team's time. But Solsky is going to be in, his time is 2:23, looks to be 2:23:29. But looks like he didn't dot done on SRL, because I'm not seeing his time on the page. So I think it comes down to when Maniacal finishes. But Cutie on the way to the Ganon fight as Maniacal heads through Terminator.
And Apathy starts phase 2 Mother Brain, using all of his missiles first. Cutie checking to see what the fairy gift would be from throwing a bottle in the... And it's going to be a blue potion. Nice.
Ooh, everybody probably really could have used that.
Especially
This
knowing that
entire
the
seed.
fountain was open right below Ganon.
Yeah.
That'll definitely help.
Apparently, Pyramid Fairy was checked for the potion already. Meanwhile,
Oh,
Maniacal is getting hugged by a lot of Metroids.
that's a painful way to try to kill him. The 3 power bombs takes.
Now, Apathy did not get stand-up glitch, so we're going to be watching this cutscene in its full glory.
It's always nice to see. And Cutie's on Green Mail Ganon fight, so that's probably why he picked up the blue pots, because that's 4 hearts from one single fire bat hit.
Yeah. You think that's bad? Try twice as much if you take a Ganon hug.
I would prefer not to.
Ooh, nice hookshot dodge there.
I don't blame him for being exceptionally careful. He's only got 1 potion left. And looks like he's gonna 3-cycle second phase.
Looks like Maniacal is taking damage intentionally, probably not going for Baby Skip. Or in case he fails Baby Skip, it'll be slightly less time. He's going for it. It's a little tough to do without Wave Beam. Because, yeah, the Plasma Beam does not clip through the sort of growths here.
Wave definitely doesn't make that easier. Oh, and he got it!
Very nicely done. Meanwhile, Apathy Duck is asking Mother Brain to taste the rainbow.
How I wish we could keep the Hyper Beam.
Well, technically, if you beat Super Metroid, if you do tootle around Super Metroid afterwards, if it's only your first boss kill, you can.
The thing I found kind of interesting lore-wise is every time we get all these cool suit upgrades, all these tools, in the next game, they're all gone. Like, where did they go?
Well, at least it makes sense in Metroid Prime 1 and 2.
Yeah, they got stolen or they got destroyed the first time and stolen the second. That makes sense. But like the
Prime
rest of
3,
them, it's
though,
like
no sense whatsoever. Unless it was all in the light suit.
I haven't seen Prime 3. I wish I had.
Prime 3 doesn't have an item lost sequence. It just only gives you morph ball bombs, missiles, and space jump. I think that's about it. And various suit, although that's not
I
required.
believe the storyline there is that you got poisoned by Phazon and Dark Samus took your stuff.
My theory is that it was all in the light suit you get at the end of Prime 2, and when Samus gave it up after being done, that was it. It took all the items with it. Anywho, nostalgic days aside, we have Maniacal on the Mother Brain Phase 2 here. And a real cutie is in Super Metroid.
Apathy Duck's making his emergent climb outside. Oh, there it is. He's saving the animal.
So we think.
Or he's gonna go nuke him. Oh,
Yep,
he's just
that's
memeing
what
it.
He's totally memeing. And he's like, alright, I'm gonna head out. You guys have fun.
Might as well while you're waiting. And didn't Alcatraz escape on the way out too?
Yeah, this is another nice thing about co-op is since you're waiting for your partner anyway, you might as well show up. You might as well do some swag for the audience. Although, please make sure you enter the ship before the timer runs out.
Yeah, I'd really hate to have the planet blow up and have to do it all over again.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If Mother Brain is the first boss you take out, then I think once you get out of Torian and you're back in Crateria, the self-destruct sequence stops.
Yes, but this is not the case. Let's get 2 Gs in chat for Apathy, as he is finished with his time of whatever they say it is when...
Gonna be roughly 229.40, something like that. But yes, GG's for apathy. But with that, Maniacal will not be too far off at this time. Probably another three minutes or so.
Probably, give or take.
And you can tell when the charge shots are dealing damage to Mother Brain when you see her neck and head shake. Now, there's a weird glitch that occurs if there is a shot on screen after changing beams. There is a way
Yeah.
to break out of it by item canceling.
And there's Mother Brain dead for Maniacal. Now all he has to do is make his escape. I'm rather getting tired of these space pirates, though.
Yeah, I'm curious to know who the main villain of Prime 4 is going to be.
I don't know. The chat was saying earlier that there can't be a prime 4 because 4 is not a prime number.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind
Real Cutie is trying to get the baby skip and succeeds.
I would be curious to see what the storyline for Prime 4 is going to be, though. I really am excited.
Yeah, because after the destruction of Phase, where do you go from here? Assuming assuming we're still in the pre-Metroid 2 phase, because that's where Prime takes place. It's before Samus returns.
I mean, it could take us anywhere. It could take us after Fusion, for all we know.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait and see on that one. Damn you, development hell. Real Cutie attempts to do a Zebetite clip with a Shine Spark and succeeds. Very nicely done.
That was extraordinary. Extraordinarily well. And there's a GG for Maniacal, and it looks like Team Maniaski is going to be your restreamed winners for tonight.
Yes, they finish in first, and the SRL time is 2:32.19, so GG's to Team Maniaski. But just a few more minutes from now, Real Cutie and Team Corndogs will be joining us amongst the finish line. This Mother Brain music sounds like it would have been it was ahead of its time, because it sounds like it would have been in Metroid Prime, because it uses pretty much the same instruments. Alright, so yeah, Real Cutie is setting up for might be setting up for stand-up. Oh, nope, it's not setting up for it. Reserve tanks are too low. Q rescue. But yeah, Semper Firedog, what do you think about the seed in general? Not, Zora, Moon Pearl notwithstanding.
Sorry about that.
Oop. Yeah, I just noticed Discord. I was just asking, what are your thoughts on the seed?
That was quite interesting. Aside from the opening, rupee grind. The rest of it was fairly linear. I mean, it was pretty... Nothing really crazy. No crazy pendant dips except for maybe the one in pod, but there was nothing in there, so I liked it. I mean, it was good. Definitely worth watching.
Yeah, definitely one of the better seeds we've seen in a while now. Granted, would have been different if it wasn't a co-op seed, most definitely, but all things considering, the times for this race today are very, very good.
Yes, definitely would have been significantly longer if it had not been a co-op.
Some blazingly precise accuracy from a real cutie here.
It's kind of a big target.
Only missed one shot, I think. Oh well. All right, Mother, time to go.
I am curious to the theme of exploding planets in Metroid. Like, why has everything got to blow up?
You know, I don't know. And in fairness, Talon 4 has not blown up yet.
True, just the impact crater did. Welcome, boy.
Yo, how's it going?
GG's.
Thank you, and GG to Apathy Duck and Qwerty.
That would be Team Corndog for you if you did.
Yeah, anyone who's around Apathy Duck's channel would know. Team Corndog.
It was a good solid race. Maniacal really gave it his all to try and throw it away, but we are still able to seal the deal, so it was good.
Yeah, let's get our GGs in chat for a real cutie. They have just gotten out of the mother brain escape.
Yeah.
It looks like the dot done was entered with an SRL time of 2:36:57.
There we have it, gentlemen.
Looks like it was a nice close race, which is, all I can ever ask for. My Mire death was pretty awesome. And then my Ganon's tower execution was like right on par with that.
He had the shakies.
Yeah, the shakies. The shakies got me.
Did you do Ganon's tower twice? Because I bet mine was worse.
Okay, I did Torches 1 twice, but I didn't delete all of the sprites, so...
No, I bet on that. I fell down on Torches 2, and I didn't have Lamp, so I didn't have magic.
Oh no!
Yeah, he had to nope out and climb, or reset and climb the tower again.
Jesus, I had a green potion from... I think it was Croc's Lair had the green potion?
Yeah, Croc had the green. The blue was somewhere in Kakariko.
Yeah, I drank that right away. I thought I had bomb selected and was like, bottoms up, boys.
I do have to
no
ask
blue potions for me today.
What you guys thought of the rupee grind for your morph?
Yeah, jeez.
How is it 20 rupees, 3 chests in a row? Like that's the real question I ask you.
Yeah.
I was so mad, and then I go back to it, and it's the 300.
Because
like,
the house always wins, Solsky.
No, it doesn't. I won my 300s. That's incorrect.
Did we have 4 people on Restream farming blinds at the same time?
I didn't farm blinds at all. I did the big money chess game, dude.
Yeah, he Houlihan to chess game.
Oh, we completely forgot about Houlihan, which is okay. We were literally sitting there farming 30 rupees for a good 10 minutes.
Well, I didn't Houlihan because I had the flippers and no boots and no glove, of course. So I got the ignominy of the Blind's Hut farm. Solsky, like a madman, decided to gamble the chess game in the Lost Woods and lost. But then he was like, I lost all my money, but I can console reset and get my Houlihan rupees back and ran it back again.
The first chest was 300. It was perfect.
And in all fairness, that ended up working out because I think Solsky ended up getting to the 300, the 500, just a few seconds behind you, Maniacal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really well because I started farming probably a minute and a half before he was on it. He was like, yeah, I'm going to Houlihan and catch up. And I was like, okay. He's like, I don't want to do Blind Hut. Nah, screw this.
Usually when people say you're gambling in rando, it's kind of a meme, but that's actually gambling.
Yeah, but you can't lose because you can always console reset. So
And so you have to
time
console
lock.
reset like 4 times, yeah. But I'm glad it was only one. But still, though, like 3 times, I'm like, there's no way it's gonna be 20 again. The same chest. It's so bad.
yeah, we're
And then I went
laughing
there
pretty
again
good.
like an idiot, and then it was 300. I was like, score.
Like it's got to be there sometime.
Oh my god! If I checked another chest and it was 20, I was gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, we would have.
Like literally would have lost my mind.
Yeah, so it ended up. So for both teams, it ended up the go mode item being the go mode item ended up being the Titans mitts, which thankfully weren't too far out of the way. They were in Showcase Showdown.
Yeah, I ended up dying in the back of Mire, so Cutie ended up checking too much of Meridia, and since he was behind me in dungeon count, like I think if I don't die there, it's probably even closer than it is right now because he gets the space speed up a little bit.
Yeah, I died in the back of Mire as well and had to redo it.
Yeah, I died in. I got hit too many times in the spike room because I was doing it in the dark. And
oh, I had the lamp.
yeah,
I
didn't
have
the
no
lamp.
excuse.
And then in bad farm room, like I was down to half a heart, and one of the dudes fell down, and I slashed him, and I guess missed him, and then walked into him. So I had to do the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
the
bad.
anti-ferry right before the big key door to Vidi, I just like walked at the wrong time and didn't get the skip on it and lost my last heart.
Yeah, I had a couple. I also got fake flipper death early because when
Ooh.
Cutie found the flippers, I'm like, okay, I'll do the flippers check because it's in logic. And then on my way to, and then of course it ended up being Zora, which we were worried about, and then we just forgot about Houlihan for some reason.
Yeah, well, he would have had no way to do it because he had the flippers.
Yeah, I
Oh,
called it
yeah.
out.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah,
I was doing
couldn't.
escape, and you were doing SM. You had the flips, so that's why I did escape. So you had time to check the flip locations, and then you forgot to check Zora ledge.
I forgot to check Zora
I
ledge.
was
We're
like,
like, it's
"Monk
Zora or
ass."
Zora ledge. Let's
You're like,
farm
you're
500
farming.
rupees.
All right, we're all in.
I'm like halfway through my farm. Solsky goes, did you check Zora ledge? I'm like, yes, of course I did. It was nothing.
I believe that Revolving Ocelot has it clipped for you guys to see it. There's 3 of you farming rupees in Blind's Hut.
Yeah.
That's the hallmark
just
of a
the-
good seed right
Just
there.
a big brain alpha gamer going for big money chest game. It's good.
All things considering, though, Morph Ball Hiccup aside, that was really not a bad seed. I mean, it helps that it's co-op.
Yeah.
Go
Apathy. Did y'all hell run over and find your gravity and like split gravity and
yeah. So
Okay.
what happened for us was because especially with me and Cutie, like he goes then does SM, I do A Link to the Past, right?
We figured as much, yeah.
Yeah. So which the problem with that is I end up when it's no pendant required or anything, like I end up way this just happened. I was a mile ahead of him. So we sent him to do hell runs. He found that, and then right when he found gravity, we were debating whether he should go to Meridia because it wasn't in logic. And right when he got that, I got Varia. I'm like, okay, boom, you're completely in logic. And then I did the lava dive to Mire to clear that out. And I did Mire, and then unfortunately I did Mire and Desert first before I found the mitts. So like if I just on a whim do whatchamacallit, GT before that, like he knows we're in go mode a lot sooner, right? So it's gonna speed him a lot, and then we've been like right on top of each other. Well, I mean, we were right on top of each other. So I think that decision plus the death was basically the turning point. But
Okay.
real close game. Like you guys are really good teams. So being within 4 minutes of each other is pretty solid.
Yeah, any of these races, plus or minus a handful of minutes, is always really fun. It'll be fun to watch this back because it looks like it was a really solid race.
Yeah. Oh, and I got
Really?
I got to kill Spore Spawn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of
Yeah.
the things that was brought up in chat, because we knew you needed to go and get the charge beam from behind Spore Spawn, so we figured you'd do the skip, and then you go up. And I was like, where's he going?
Yeah, I was getting sick for a long time. I just figured I was never gonna get it. So like I was collecting supers and everything, and once I realized I was gonna have a big lead, I was like, well, I'll get it. And I didn't even think of like, oh, I should kill Spore Spawn like till right when I'm going up. I'm like, this will be a lark because I had plenty of time before KD finished.
Everybody in chat loved it, so
Yeah,
GG for the
I figured as much. That was
Actually,
Yeah.
one just a little interesting point of note for Maniacal and Cutie, since you were both last two to finish, both of your collected items counts are exactly 130.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. We had Solsky doing a lot of the A Link to the Past legwork, and of course finding a lot of the stuff that was gating was. I was first to Gravity, like you said, but then he found Varia probably a minute and a half,
Oh yeah,
maybe
I
2
got
minutes
it.
behind.
we probably routed. This sounds like we routed this whole thing like pretty similar, honestly, because that's exactly what we did.
It just sucked because I got like super ahead of Maniacal, so I just started meme checking everything.
Yeah.
Found Plasma and Plasma
Yeah.
and Tempered, which was good.
Say that,
That
yeah, that's what I
wasn't
did.
the
I
meme
was like,
play, but yeah, like Dark World Death Mountain. I did right side GT. Like I full memes at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
I
just
didn't
'cause I
do
was super ahead.
I didn't do that much in GT. I checked the stuff that like if Wave was there, it might have been worth it for him to grab.
Yeah,
Like I checked.
that's why I was. doing
Yep.
it.
And then I did GT twice because, but
I don't know what's worse, running out of magic or dying.
it's about the same.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same.
I was gonna
There's
say
Dark World
the
entrance.
affect is about the same.
Yeah.
So the one thing I did like about Solskis in my route was we were able to kind of converge on Meridia, where I went Hype Cave to Backdoor Meridia, and he took front coming up from Norfair, and got the space jump. And so we pretty quickly figured out that space jump was the only thing there. But because it was a normal logic seed, space jump put all of lower Norfair in logic, not just the space jump locked item. So I skipped space jump and then had to go back for it. But because it was normal and not hard, I kind of liked the gamble,
Yeah.
but
like,
got punished.
what me and Cutie do sometimes is like he'll go like through Meridia and then he'll skip some of the he'll skip Shack and skip like Sand Pits or Plasma. We didn't end up doing that this time because I had so many dungeons in logic at that point that it was like I'm never gonna get over to Meridia. So he went up to Plasma to check that. So he did I did it pretty much all of my SM besides Brinstar because the morph was so hard gating. He started a wreck ship, I started with the Brinstar loop. And after that, basically, I came in, I killed Dragon, I killed Phantoon, and I killed Ridley, and that was pretty much it. So there's a lava dive to get me to Mire, but that wasn't even really SM. That was putting me back in Seed 3, really.
Yeah, that pretty much just is. It sounds like the route that Solsky was on was pretty much the route you were on, and the route that Cordy had was pretty much what I was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good on you to catch the notion that Pyramid Fair was pretty early.
Yeah,
especially considering.
Yeah, as soon as we found Hookshot, I was like, okay, go rush that.
Yeah, well, I didn't do Hype Cave early, so I was able to do Hype Cave into Pyramid Fairy, into Catfish, and then I was debating whether I wanted to grab my gravity suit and then come into Meridia, but I ended up not doing that. I just let Cutie take care of it.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think that's pretty much what Solsky was on as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole seed. The seed was pretty straightforward and fun. But yeah, GG to Team Corndog and everyone else who's still going.
Yeah, we definitely lived up to our name today, so that's fine.
Yeah, and thanks for the commentary and the restream and having us in chat.
Always a pleasure. But with that, Semper, is there anything anybody wants to say about the seed before we wrap up?
No, I think it was pretty straightforward.
All right, then. I guess in that case, with that, we're pretty much all set here, folks. So that will conclude today's Super Metroid: A Link to the Past combo randomizer Sunday race. If you want to see more Super Metroid, if you want to see more combo randomizer action, there will be a hard mode race tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. As for other speed gaming activity going on for the rest of this evening, we currently have the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Open Weekly just in progress, just only half an hour in on Speed Gaming Channel 4. We have a Mario Kart 64 Time Trial 1 Try League race in progress, just now starting on Channel 2. And we also have the Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament in progress, Super Bros 187 versus Mr. Miguel on Channel 5. But we have a ton of other races later tonight. You can go to the Speed Gaming schedule for those events coming up. But with that said, before we go, just a couple more things.
I would like to give a shout out to our trackers, Lori D. Bunnykins and Revolving Ocelot, for being the faces behind the scenes, clicking the buttons and keeping us all in line, making sure that we don't miss stuff.
Yes, and also shout outs to Miss Metroid, our master technician today, making sure everything stays in one piece for us. And also, if you haven't already, don't forget to give the runners a follow today because they have put on a amazing show for you.
Definitely one of the better races I've seen in a while.
Indeed, but with that said, I am Captain MD13, and on behalf of my co-commentator Semper Firedog, our trackers and crew, and all of us here at Speed Gaming, we thank you for watching, and we wish you a good night.
See you guys later.